Welcome to my 34-week and final update. So this week so much has happened that I'm just gonna dive right in and get started. And this video is actually going up a day later than my normal videos go up. Usually they go up on Sundays, but my doctor's appointment was actually delayed by like 4 days this week. So I wanted to wait until I had some actual things to update you on because my last video was so vague. So like I said, I'm 34 weeks and 1 day pregnant today. And the reason that this is my last pregnancy update is because next week, at this time, I'll have already met my babies. Next Monday on the 6th at 7:30 in the morning is my scheduled C-section. And I'm so excited. I'm very, very nervous, but I know that I'm in the best hands possible. So although I really have no reason to be nervous, it's just a lot of nerves with getting a major surgery and making sure that the babies are okay. But overall, I'm very excited. So aside from this video being up a day later because my appointment was pushed back until just today, it's also later because usually I post my videos on Sundays. However, Saturday I was in the hospital, and I'm okay, the babies are okay, but I was having contractions every 2 minutes. It started at home. I had like a small gush of fluid, and I didn't know if it was my water that had broke or not. And it's confusing because I technically could have 2 waters that break, and I've never been pregnant before, so I don't even know how much fluid there really is supposed to be. And then right after that, I don't know if it was my nerves or what, but I started having pretty regular contractions. They weren't super painful, but they were regular enough that we went to the hospital just to be sure because you can't take a risk. So when we got to the hospital, my hospital's amazing. They pretty much saw me right away. And they did a little bit of blood work. They checked my cervix, they checked my urine, and they hooked me up to like the fetal monitor to see if I was having contractions. And at first when I got there, I only had one in a matter of 7 minutes. After that, they took me to do a biophysical profile to make sure that the well-being of the babies was all good. And it was. All the babies looked good. They were all practicing their breathing. They were all moving like they should. But then when I got back from that, they put the fetal monitor back on me, and I was back to having contractions every 2 minutes. So they came in, and I was really nervous. It was actually so many contractions that they called my doctor just to make sure that she would be available if need be. And it just felt like things were really progressing quickly. So they ended up hooking me up to an IV because they checked my urine and there was something high or low. I should really have written this down or should really remember this, but there's something in my urine that like signifies that I could have possibly been dehydrated. And I guess it also happens if you haven't eaten in a while. And at that point, I hadn't eaten in about like 6 hours or so. And I was actually just about to eat when I stood up and I felt that gush of fluid, and I purposely didn't eat because if you're getting a C-section, they require you to not eat 8 hours before. So I knew that, okay, if this was really my water that broke, I better avoid eating. So anyway, long story short, once they hooked me up to the IV and gave me some fluid, the contractions slowed down significantly. Initially, the contractions were really, really, really strong. I was watching them go up on the monitor. There were a few of them put me in tears because they were so painful. But I wasn't having contractions like down low. The nurse said that that's what I should be looking for. They were actually all up top. So I guess that they were all just Braxton Hicks, and it's likely that maybe just there's so much baby in there that as my belly is tightening from the Braxton Hicks, that's really just the pain that I'm feeling as baby just being squished into me. We ended up getting home from the hospital at like 3:30 in the morning on Saturday. So on Sunday, when my videos normally go up, I ended up sleeping all day long. And I was taking advantage of being able to sleep because right now I'm not sleeping at all. So I actually was able to sleep until 4 p.m. That's kind of embarrassing, but it's true. I slept from like 4 a.m. and I woke up a few times in between. In total, I probably slept for like 10 hours. I slept from 4 to 4. I was up a little bit in between just like playing on my phone, but I really didn't even leave my bed until Sunday at 4, which to be honest, it actually felt really good. So on Sunday, I pretty much just spent my entire day relaxing because I knew that after going to the hospital and being dehydrated, I should probably just hydrate. And I'm still not on bed rest, but pretty much just kick my feet up and relax all day. So that's what I did. And I was curious to see how my doctor's appointment was going to go today, to see what my doctor would say, or to see if my cervix had shortened from the amount of contractions that I was having. And I am seriously shocked to say that somehow my cervix is still over 3 centimeters. So I'm not dilated at all, my cervix is still very long, so the chances of my water breaking or me going into labor on my own at this point before my C-section is just not very likely. I could still have contractions just because there is so much weight in my uterus and it is so stretched that that's very normal, so that could happen. But overall, I think that I'm gonna make it until next week, and I can't believe that. So aside from them checking my cervix at my doctor's appointment, they checked the weights on all 4 of us, like they always do. And for me, this week I gained 3 pounds. So I'm up to a total of 34 pounds gained. So 34 pounds in 34 pounds in 34 weeks. I'm happy with that. And I'll probably be up to 35 or 36 pounds gained by next week. But that's no concern to me at all. A lot of it is fluid, and after the babies were measured today, mixed with my fluid and the 2 placentas, the doctor said that I have about 23 pounds just right here of weight that is in my body, and I am feeling it. So aside from the placentas and the fluid, the babies have gained quite a bit of weight as well. So baby A, who is the baby that's by herself, she's the fraternal triplet. She is 4 pounds and 12 ounces. She is in the 50th percentile for a singleton. And then the identical twins, baby B is 4 pounds 14 ounces. She's actually the biggest baby. She's in the 50th percentile. And then baby C, she was really hard to measure. Her whole entire body is in fetal position, breech. She is stuck on the side in between my rib and my hip. And she has not moved from that position in about 2 weeks. So she's difficult to measure. From what they could see and measure, she was 4 pounds 10 ounces, which puts her in the 40th percentile for a singleton baby as well. So all 3 babies are still ahead of schedule. But all of those could change, like I said before, just because it's difficult to measure 3 babies when they're in a tight space like that. But overall, I'm very happy with their weights. They likely won't gain very much from now on because there's just not room for them to grow. So it's likely I may have 1 baby over 5 pounds, possibly 2. And then baby C will probably be just under 5 pounds, which I'm totally happy with. And I think that it's a miracle that all of my babies will be take-home weights by the time they're born anyway. So as far as symptoms this week, they're just like the regular symptoms. My worst symptom that I'm experiencing is just my lack of sleep. I'm not sleeping at all, which is really getting to me. And I know it's only gonna get worse when the babies come. But right now, it's just, I'm uncomfortable. Usually how it works is I spend my day relaxing, cleaning up a little bit, not doing very much, but then when it's time to get in bed, I don't know what switch flips, but I'm immediately uncomfortable. I usually cry for like 15 minutes until I can get comfortable, and then I just flip back and forth between my left and my right side, usually for hours. Typically it lasts like for 4 hours, I would say, once I get in bed, and I've been falling asleep around 4 or 5 in the morning every single night for the last like 2 weeks now. And then once I get to sleep, I can't stay asleep. So that's been the hardest part. I can nap okay once I am laying on the couch in the afternoon. I can nap for like an hour and a half, sometimes for 2 hours. But I don't know what it is about nighttime. It's just very difficult for me to actually be able to fall asleep. So that's definitely taking a toll. And also this week, I don't have an ear infection, but I have allergies and I have fluid built up in my ear. Initially, I thought it was an ear infection because it hurt so bad and I've never had allergies before. but at my doctor's appointment, they looked at it and just said that it's a lot of fluid. So I can take Benadryl for that. So I'm hoping that that will actually help me sleep a little bit as well. Something that I'm really looking forward to this week is my husband, Steve. His final day of work is today. I'm so excited that I can finally have him home. I won't be spending my days by myself, worried that what if I go into labor and I'm home alone. But yeah, Steve will now be off for 3 months and I will have him with me at all times, thank God. And I'm also very happy for him because he's been working his butt off for about 6 months now. He's only had a total of 9 days off, and those were days that were spent in New York or days that he was off for the baby shower. So he is very deserving of his time off too. And although I need his help at home, I'm hoping that he'll be able to catch up on sleep as well, just so that he can be more of an asset to me when the babies do come home. My mom and my dad will also be here for the birth of the babies, which I'm really excited about. My mom will be here on Friday and my dad will be here on Sunday. So I'll be able to spend some quality time with them, and I'm hoping I have time to go get a pedicure because I would like to paint my toes, but I for sure cannot reach them anymore. I'm sitting like with my legs crossed right now. Somehow that's still comfortable for me, but to paint my toes is just too difficult. So I'd rather just be pampered and have that done for me. Really this week I just plan on maintaining my home, making sure it's clean, giving the pets some extra love because we won't be home when we go get the C-section. I still have to pack the baby's bag. And I know the babies may not come home with me, but the doctors, because I'm going to my expected delivery date, the doctors said that I may be able to take 1 or 2 babies home with me. So I'm just gonna bring a few minor things just so that if I can bring them home, then great, I'm already prepared for them. So because this is my last pregnancy update, before when I did the NICU tour, I asked if we could film the birth of the babies. And I also had a lot of comments saying that you asked and your doctor said no, or you're a nurse and they don't allow it. So I wasn't sure what to expect, and the social worker that we met with at the NICU said she didn't think so. So I kind of just like scrapped that plan and figured it wouldn't work out. But when I met with my doctor last Thursday about filming the delivery, she said it's no problem. Because I'm going full term, unless it's an emergency C-section, we can bring our phones in with us. Bringing in the GoPro is, it depends on how things are going that day. It also depends on the anesthesiologist because he or she will be up by my head, so it depends on what they think about it. She's going to do her best and see if we will be able to film it, and if we are able to, we already have the GoPro packed, and Steve's gonna wear one of those like bands around his head so that he's still hands-free. But I would just love to have that on film. I don't know how much I would show in a birth vlog, and I'll keep it as clean as possible, of course, but I would really love to have that for myself and to share with anyone that is curious or anyone that's having multiples. But yeah, I'm really excited that my doctor seems optimistic about it. If for some reason I'm unable to film the birth, I do plan on at least filming throughout my stay at the hospital. So my next video will not be a pregnancy update. My next video will have 3 little babies in it. What the? So I think that pretty much covers the update. I'm so excited right now and so optimistic that I'm not really even sure what I just said, but I think that it came across clearly. I really won't know until I edit it. But if you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. I try to answer them as best as I can. And if you're looking for updates sooner than my videos come out, because they usually only come out once a week and there's probably gonna be a delay because I will be in the hospital, then you can follow me on Instagram. I always put that below, and I post on Instagram much more frequently than I post videos. So if you're curious or you want to see the baby sooner, it's very likely that you can see that on my Instagram. I also wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to everybody that's been watching my videos, and thank you to all of the kind people that have had nothing but nice words to say to me. It has genuinely given me like a sense of purpose while I haven't been working, and it's given me something to look forward to. It's made me very happy. I look forward to every Sunday when I get to sit down and film these updates and edit them. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something of value and informing people that maybe don't know. And I know that it's been helpful for a lot of people because I've had a lot of people reach out to me, letting me know that they're expecting twins or triplets and thanking me for sharing my story. So that means so much to me, and it shows me that what I'm doing is all worth it. So again, thank you guys so much. I seriously do appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you that gives my videos a thumbs up. It's just really encouraging for me, and I really do appreciate it. And I feel nothing but support and love from all of you, even if all of you that watch are my family. I have a really big family, so it's likely. Okay, so I will go ahead and show you my last bump shot. And yeah, and you can already see when I stand up, it looks like I'm gonna knock somebody out, but I will back up and move the camera so you can actually see it. As you can see, my clothes literally don't fit me anymore, so I've given up on even trying. And this has pretty much been my wardrobe for the last month. This, pajamas, or really, really stretchy dresses. So I'm looking forward to being able to fit back into my regular clothes again, but this is my 34-week and 1-day triplet bump. And I'm not going to show you my bare belly, so anyone that's asking, sorry. Okay, well that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with 3 babies. Bye.